wasn't exactly what we wanted because we have Atlanta right there at the end, at the 80th minute. We were winning 1-0 in a break shade goal, and all of a sudden, in 3 minutes, boom, again, they score on us when we were so close to get the three very needed points. But hey, let's look the positive things. We have three games that we are undefeated, and now we are watching all the shots from Harrison, New Jersey. Our guys with t-shirts and Black Lives Matter. They are having their warm-ups there. It's an area that actually I like very much because I used to live very close from the New York arena in Hoboken, New Jersey. Matchday, which had a good game last Wednesday, and today, according to our lineup that I will mention in a few minutes, we going back to pretty much the same lineup, the same starting 11, except that Break Shea will be on the starting 11 instead of Matias Pellegrini. Definitely the French international, the French champion. It's a great addition to our team, and we always expecting to have a very good run with us, and then with the addition of Gonzalo Higuain, and it was really a great tandem to have. Oh well, I mentioned, and he comes up on the screen. So Gonzalo, well, Gonzalo is, is a fantastic player that is very close to my heart, obviously, because he studied in River Plate. My team, my home team, I was born on the 50 blocks from River Plate Stadium, and his father, the original Pipa Higuain, was playing there in my team as well. So then he got another two brothers, like you know, one is Federico, who's also on the team, and another one that is his agent. Break Shea, man, when he came up and was a substitution last game, I remember that I was talking to my good friend Coach Thomas Wangen, and we said, why do we have to uh, to have a Break Shea as a substitution now when Matias Pellegrini was doing a great job? But I say, prove me wrong, and finally Break Shea at the 80th minute scored and put us in a position to get the three very needed points. And fortunately, like it happened so many times, during the season, they scored on us right away. 3 minutes later, it was a perfect play by Jurgen Damm, the Mexican international ex-Tigres, and it was a perfect cross for Mulroney, who scored, and the one didn't help us as much as we wanted. Um, you can see the glass half full or half empty at that time, and it was a tie, and they say, hey, you know what, we keep the streak going on, 3 games undefeated, is great, but to tell you the truth, we were a little disappointed. We were expecting to see Federico Higuain a little earlier in the game, and then he came up only for the last 3 minutes of the match, and I don't think that maybe he touched 2 balls. That was the most of it from Federico. So I really wanted to see him playing more today, although he's not going to be in the starting 11 as well. Um, it was a difficult couple of days, I'm pretty sure, for Diego Alonso, our coach, and the players, because it's really frustrated when you have your opponent pinned down, and it's only 10 minutes left in the game, 7 minutes plus whatever the, the ref was going to be auditioning. But unfortunately, we didn't come up with a win. So Montreal Impact is coached by Thierry Henry. They don't having the greatest season neither. They having so many problems. Last week, they lost. Like I said, they have back-to-back defeats. They lost 3-2 to New England. And Thierry Henry was complaining, saying that, we lost so many players. Some of them, like the goalkeeper, they might have to go back to France for personal reasons, and they have injuries. So we had to take advantage of that. I mean, I'm sorry, Montreal Impact. all your problems are, our good luck, or hopefully it will be our good luck. It happens many times that the other team has problems, and then hey, you take advantage of it. And so at this point, we have to get Montreal Impact going below the line of the playoffs, and we have to try to secure one of those spots in the next few weeks. Another player that is absolutely fantastic for us is the top scorer of the team, Captain Morgan. Yeah. Oh my God. What a player that we have to be honest. We didn't know much about him at the beginning of the season. Uh, he started to play really well from the very first game. I remember the first game that we were there in LA with the team, and then, well, unfortunately, remember the first 5 games didn't help us at all for the confidence of the players, the coach, or the supporters. But we were all hanging there, man, because this is our team, and this is a great project, a front office that delivers. They got a good coach, a good team, solid team. They brought the big stars that we were waiting for, the great number 9 in Gonzalo and a great number 8 in Matuidi. And the other DPs, young kids from Argentina, Carranza and Mati Pellegrini. So we are having a difficult year because everything that is going around us. There is no excuses. Obviously, the pandemic and the COVID-19, affected every single one. But I will say that for an expansion team, it's even more difficult. It's definitely a big problem when you're trying to get your team, new stadium, new franchise, and all of a sudden it stopped. It came to a complete stop in March 13. With only playing 2 games of the early season, and the first game, like I said, in LA against the LAFC. It was very unfortunate because we were very close also to have a good result, and unfortunately that absolutely golazo from Carlos Vela, if you can remember that our captain and goalkeeper Luis Robles did everything he could over the 90 minutes, but unfortunately Carlos Vela made an amazing goal, and we came up empty-handed. And then the second game against DC United, we play again as on the road, and it didn't come out our way neither, with a couple of situations that like they were very unfortunate. The red card for Torres, which by the way is no longer with the team now, and unfortunately we didn't come up with any points neither. Then it was the March 13. Everything comes to a stop, and then the MLS, the MLS tournament. The MLS is back. That we didn't do well at all. But hey, let's look forward. And like I say in the beginning, we have 5 games left. There are 5 big finals. I'm optimistic. I think that we can pull it off. I think that we can make it to the playoffs. We have a solid team, and I know that we can do it. And I'm not the only one, because I know that all of us here are very positive about it. And I know one person that is extremely positive. She's very happy. She will start her own show on Onside Radio, and I'm talking about.
Thanks, Fernando. Kaylin Kyle here alongside Andres Cordero before the big match tonight. Obviously, Inter Miami CF taking on Montreal. What can we expect from the two teams?
Goals, lots of goals. Miami have been very good defensively, but there's a Montreal team that do score a ton of goals. Problem is, they also concede the most of, I think, anyone but one other team in the Eastern Conference. Miami should have a lot of joy going forward in this game, so it's going to be fun. I think at least 4 goals in this.
And it's a playoff fight for the pair of them. Inter Miami sitting in 12th with 18 points, so 3 more points, and it pushes them into that line. And then Montreal, obviously, they're 9th right now on 20 points, so a big match for Inter Miami tonight. I want to kind of jump back to the last match. Obviously, Inter Miami drew late in that match versus Atlanta United. They absolutely dominated the game. Dive into what exactly happened and what went wrong in that match.
So given that I just said I expect a lot of goals in this, the one thing I'm looking out for the most is how do Inter Miami respond when they score, right? Because too often this season, immediately after scoring, they've been pegged back within 2, 3, 5 minutes. It happened again against Atlanta after Breccia scored the would-be game winner. You get that breakdown in defense, and Mulroney scores the equalizer for them. So how is their concentration? How is their organization immediately after inevitably Miami will score in this game?
And one thing we did see, I think, the last match too, was the ability to deal with that counter attack. They've struggled with that in the past. So defensively, they did look a bit tougher to break down Inter Miami, obviously. Now I want to jump into the next game. Obviously, Chicago just touched on Sporting KC, drew 0-0. What does that say for us in the standings?
So I think Chicago were a little bit of a lie right now, to be honest. They won before today against Sporting Kansas City, where they drew. They won 3 out of 5. But there were 3 wins against teams that are really struggling at the bottom of the East. Now you might say Miami are struggling at the bottom of the East, but I think we're better than our record is. And we've been pieced together, piece by piece, adding Matuidi, adding Gonzalo Higuain. They're growing into this. And so the fact that Chicago dropped points is good for us. I fully expect Miami to be inside of a playoff position after today, not just because Chicago dropped points, but because the teams that they're sort of elbow to elbow with right now are not as good as this Miami team.
Exactly, and I completely agree with you on that. And all of this you can catch on CBS My 33 channel, also UMS, and you can also catch the game on Inter Miami CF app. So there's really no excuse to miss the match tonight versus Inter Miami in Montreal, taking on 2 teams fighting for that playoff spot.
No
Fernando?
pressure.
Yeah, no pressure from us. Fernando, back to you.
Thank you very much, Dre and KK. Wonderful, and we are ready, and we are hoping to get the 3 points today. Let's go to take a little break, and we come back with more.
It's your thing. Do what you wanna do. I can tell you, but it's like to. It's your thing. Do what you wanna do. I can tell you.
Good Greek, moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
More moving horror stories.
Hey, I heard you're looking for a mover. I got a deal for you.
Staring at his mover out there.
Good Greek to the rescue.
As a former police officer, I've heard all of the moving horror stories. But you can trust me and my pros, and we'll have you saying, call Star Greek.
Good Greek, moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
Baptist Health, as well as Major League Soccer itself, have been very, very helpful. MLS has come up with certain guidelines in terms of testing our players. We have hand washing stations, we have sanitizing stations all over the training facility as well as the stadium itself.
We, along with Baptist Health doctors, have developed effective protocol for COVID-19. It has helped us limit the spread of COVID-19 and kept the players and staff safe. The COVID-19 protocol for Inter Miami, we test every other day for players and staff. We also screen players and staff when arriving to the training facility. Because of this effective protocol in place by Baptist Health doctors, we have had no positive tests since returning from Orlando.
Baptist Health wants everyone to stay healthy, adhering to the guidelines that are recommended. Those are the things that really are important.
We are back. Thank you very much to our sponsors, and of course, thank you very much to all our fans. That was wonderful, wonderful group of supporters that they really are here with us, even when we're not playing at home. All the guys from Southern Legion, Vice City 1896, and the Siege. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Muchas gracias. Let's talk about a little more about the Atlanta game that it was in the midweek. I think that was one of the very, very fine 45 minutes that I expected from Inter Miami, and everything was really going well. We outshot Atlanta United, and everything was going our way. I really like the combination that it was seen at that particular 45 minutes when everything was going our way, and I thought that we deserved to be on top on those 45 minutes. Unfortunately, this is football. Sometimes the ball doesn't go in, and this is when you have to, just keep trying, keep trying. Diego Alonso put on a nice, starting 11 that he was doing really well, and we have a lot of chances, especially when I remember from Pipita Higuain that it was very close, and seems that Higuain and Captain Morgan are starting to get each other, to know each other. This is what we need, because every team and every big team and every even if you play with your friends, every Saturday and Sunday, you need to get what we call the society. A couple of players that they know each other well and they can play in tandem, either in the right or in the left. And I think Pipita and Captain Morgan are doing just that. They are knowing each other. They started to learn their styles, and I think that they are doing very well. It will take time. At times, Higuain is frustrated because the things don't go the way he wanted to. Great experience over his whole career with the biggest teams, like I mentioned, River Plate and Real Madrid when he was only 19, and then in Italy and with Napoli, top scorer, and then with Juventus. And so he's going to have to learn also a little bit more of how the MLS is on the field. Like I said, when the substitution came out from Pellegrini, we were a little disappointed, and I wanted Brake-Shea to prove me wrong, and I wanted Alonso to prove me wrong, and well, it took only a couple of minutes, and Brake-Shea scored. At that time, those are the times that we try to close down, to just concentrate and try to get those 3 points, because it was only 10 minutes left from the moment that Brake-Shea scored. So we have to be a little more concerned of how we're going to hold on to those leads and don't get scored on us 3 minutes later, like it happened this past Wednesday, and like it happened many times during the season already. So there are two things that it concerns me during the whole season. First, it was when they scored on us very early on the game. It's difficult to go up. It's difficult to try to climb the hill. But then the other thing that it concerns me more right now is that every time we score, many times when we score, they score on us right away. So it means that somehow we're losing concentration. We are, just thinking about something else, and now we have to solve that problem. Nevertheless, I think that it was a great performance in the first half. Like I said, I'm sure that everybody was a little disappointed. The second half wasn't as good as we wanted to. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the 3 points to the almost 400 supporters that were at the stadium for the first time by invitation only. We don't sell tickets, but we let 400 supporters to come in to our stadium for the last game against Atlanta, and it was really a fiesta, a great party for all of them. They've been, really waiting for the chance to come and see the team live in person, and it was really good that we had the chance to do that. Like I said, unfortunately, we couldn't give them the 3 points. They probably went home very, very happy, all our supporters, because they had the chance to see for the first time, after the pandemic, to see the team live in our stadium, our beautiful stadium. So, like I said, we are expecting now today to have a good performance against a team that, again, is it's a team that is having a lot of problems over the last couple of days. They announced that they transfer one of their players, and also, like I said, the goalkeeper is going back to France for personal reasons. They have injuries, so we have to take advantage of these moments. There is a team that is ahead of us, and we have to make sure that the Montreal Impact it has to be under the line of the playoffs. So we're gonna try to do everything we can, even though we are playing on the road. But from here, we're gonna send all the good vibes to try to get the guys the 3 points and come back and hopefully move up in the standings. looking at, like I said, there was only one game today. It's Chicago against Sporting Kansas City. Chicago actually was losing 2-1 at the very end of the game. That would be perfect for us because they will stay, with no points for today. But unfortunately, they tied the game at the 95th minute. So, it's sad because it's another. We have to start to look now, like I said, with a calculator and trying to see what the other games are going on because now, at this moment, if we win the 5 games, we'll probably be okay and try, and make it the playoffs. But we can't count on that because it's going to be very difficult to keep a streak of 5 wins. So we also have to try to see the other teams and see if we can get a little help from our friends, like the Beatles. We say, let's try to get a little help from other teams and see if we can qualify. Talking about music, if you follow us in our app and our radio, all these games, you know that I'm doing the rock drive every time from home to the stadium. So every time I'm trying to listen to some rock and roll because I'm a big fan of rock. And today it was the time for Electric Light Orchestra. So I was listening to a record from 1981, and that was Time. And time it is right now to get to our starting lineup. So on goal, like Luis Robles is out for the season pretty much with a big fracture on his arm. And so it's going to be McCarthy on goal. The two center backs, Figal and González Pires, the Argentinians, they are playing really well. They seem like they played together for the longest time. And we're going to go again with Nilis and Sweat on the flanks. On the middle, it will be Will Trapp. He played his 200th game last Wednesday, and Ulloa and Matuidi. And then in front of them, it will be Morgan and Shea, which is like I said, the change that it come out now that instead of Mati Pellegrini, and then up front it will be Gonzalo Higuain. We have also available Robinson, Carranza, Federico Higuain, Agudelo, Chapman, Pellegrini, Ambrose, De La Garza, which was playing actually very steady until Nilis now is taking over, and the goalkeeper, the sub, it will be Calendar just in case. Hopefully we don't gonna need it because we are already down with Luis Robles. So McCarthy, Nilis, Figal, González Pires, and Sweat, Trapp, Ulloa, Matuidi, Morgan, Shea, and up front, Gonzalo Higuain. Personally, I would love to see Federico Higuain, see if he can play a little more than the 3 minutes that he did last time. I think it's going to be a great addition to our team. And, I think that Rodolfo Pizarro is a great player, but, numbers are numbers. We didn't miss him at all. He was with a Mexican national team in international duty. They play 2 friendlies in Europe, once against Holland, the Netherlands. They won 1-0, and then they tied 2-2 with Algeria. But now he's going to have to be in quarantine on the protocol of the MLS, so he's not going to be, available for quite some time. Nevertheless, like I mentioned, like I've been mentioning, and I'm sorry, if and you might disagree with me, but I think that right now we are not missing Rodolfo Pizarro because the ball moves faster with this lineup, and maybe that's what we needed right now. And he could be a great sub, or we'll see what happens, in the off season. But at this particular moment, I think it's going to be very, very difficult for Diego Alonso to reinsert Rodolfo Pizarro in the starting lineup. Then again, anything could happen, and maybe they will put him instead of Mati Pellegrini or Shea, like he's playing today, in that position, and get Pizarro back the starting lineup for the Mexican. But at this particular moment, I think that either Mati Pellegrini starting from the beginning and Shea coming up from the bench, or like today, probably it's going to be the other way around. We'll see what happens during the game. I think that Pizarro will have to wait and will have to earn his place in the starting 11. When he comes back to the team. For the moment, I think we are doing just fine the way we are. The experiment with the La Garza was okay. Also playing 3 in the back with Figal and Gonzalez Pires. Now we're going back to Nilis, Figal, Gonzalez Pires, and Sweat. So we're going back to the 4-1-2-2-1. It's like calling making a phone call. But I think that 3 in the back was good for the moment, and with Figal, Gonzalez Pires, and De La Garza. Now we don't know what's going to happen also when Andres Reyes is ready to play again. He's injured, and we sent Roman Torres back to Seattle. So now it's getting it's a little the scene is a little more clear. It's either we're gonna go back to Reyes in a center back with Gonzalez Pires and Figal playing in the right back, or Reyes will have to, like Pizarro, earn somehow during training his position back in the starting 11, and we're gonna keep playing. Personally, I like this lineup with Figal and Gonzalez Pires playing center backs, and Sweat and Nilis playing on the flanks. But then again, I'm here, and Diego Alonso is now in Harrison, and he's the one who's making the decisions. So if you're watching our game, remember that we're going to be in Unimas, that will be in Spanish, and My TV 33, the CBS local station, for the match in English. And also you can keep going with us here in the app. You can be with us. We're going to have Chris Whittingham and my good friend Thomas Rongen, that we're going to be doing the game from here, and hopefully we have good news at the end of the match. Also, on-site radio, it will be Orlando Alzugaray, que para mí es Orlando Alzugaray, y Alex Dono. They will be also with us at the halftime in the app, so you can follow up. So we are coming up. It's pretty much almost ready to give it to our good friends here. I hope that you enjoy this pre-game. We're going to be doing different things every week, and we're going to try to Twitch and getting more features for you here during the pre-game. But it's pretty much the time that we have for today. And obviously, we want you to be with us. We want you to keep going. You can get into the app and you register, and you'll be with us for every single game. So from now, see you in a little bit. We're going to a little break now. This is the Inter Miami CF app, and today we're gonna win. And if we don't win, I give you the red card because it was your fault. Okay? So here we go. Take care, guys.
I think we have a few games left, and we're taking them each one by one at the final. So with a fighting mentality, fighting spirit, and hoping to qualify to the playoffs, which is the goal. Oh, we keep growing. Every day in training, every game, every experience we get is good for this group, and I think we need to have a complete game. We've been building, and we've been putting in performance after performance and getting better and learning and creating more opportunities. I think we need to both defensively keep the shutout and then score goals to make us win some games. We keep fighting every day in training to grow and to be a better team, and that mentality and that spirit is going to help us.
Good Greek, moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
More moving horror stories.
Hey, I heard you're looking for a mover. I got a deal for you.
Staring at his mover out there!
Good Greek to the rescue.
As a former police officer, I've heard all of the moving horror stories. But you can trust me and my pros, and we'll have you saying, call Star Greek.
Good Greek, moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
Baptist Health, as well as Major League Soccer itself, have been very, very helpful. MLS has come up with certain guidelines in terms of testing our players. We have hand washing stations, we have sanitizing stations all over the training facility as well as the stadium itself.
We, along with Baptist Health doctors, have developed effective protocol for COVID-19. It has helped us limit the spread of COVID-19 and kept the players and staff safe. The COVID-19 protocol for Inter Miami, we test every other day for players and staff. We also screen players and staff when arriving to the training facility. Because of this effective protocol in place by Baptist Health doctors, we have had no positive tests since returning from Orlando.
Baptist Health wants everyone to stay healthy. Adhering to the guidelines that are recommended, those are the things that really are important.
An opportunity awaits Inter Miami this evening as they visit Montreal Impact at Red Bull Arena. A win, and they're into the playoff positions for the first time in club history. Could be as high as 8th at the end of the evening. Inter Miami takes on Thierry Henry's Montreal Impact next. And welcome in to the broad